text on page 13 and fill in the missing words. Post-war Germany. During the Weimar period, 1918 to 1933, the German economy was in big trouble. However, the film industry was still very strong and controlled by the government, which ran a very big film studio known as Universum Film Acting Gesellschaft. They started making films that would hopefully make the public feel better. Immediately after World War I, Germany's most popular films were nostalgic costume dramas known as costume film. The purpose of these films was to celebrate traditional German culture and ignored the problems in the country. Some independent studios, which were not controlled by the government, wanted to talk about the trouble German people were having. They did not want to look to the past and celebrate traditions. Instead, they created a new form of cinema called German Expressionism, which many think represents the difficult time many German people were having. Early German Expressionism. In 1920, a production company called Dekla released a cabinet of Dr. Caligari, which many think is the beginning of German Expressionism. These films were not realistic, but looked at these problems in an abstract way, using tilted angles, uneven and twisted sets, exaggerated makeup and costumes, as well as lighting designed to have deep shadows cut across the sets. These films didn't want to look real, but instead they wanted to create a dark mood. The mise-en-scene wanted to show the audience a strange world, a world that many think represented the trouble felt by millions of people in Germany. The imagery used in the film is still very impressive to this day. The narratives of German Expressionism films were also very complicated, and audiences had to watch the films very carefully. Dr. Caligari, for example, has an ending that is very unclear and confusing. Other films like Metropolis explored complicated themes such as modernity, the class system, social unrest, and revolutions. Nosferatu was a very scary version of Bram Stoker's Dracula, and it is still very popular with modern horror fans. A lasting influence. German Expressionism was a short time in cinema history, but its influence is still seen in modern films today. One person who was very important to German Expressionism was the producer Erich Pommer, who worked as head of production for many of the influential films being made in Germany during this time, including 2 of the 3 films mentioned above. He would later work with Murnau on The Last Laugh, Tartuffe and Faust. He also produced films by many other influential directors, including Carl Theodor Dreyer, Ewald Andre, Arthur Robinson and Josef von Sternberg.